The first step you want to take in learning to practice static balance is by simply staying seated, keeping the wheel pointed straight forward, and just trying to bring your feet gently up to the foot pegs, ideally putting both on at the same time. When you feel like you need to put a foot out, it's really important that you don't over-exaggerate or reach to try to put your foot down in a panic. You want to stay as balanced as possible to keep the motorcycle as balanced as possible. You can also just do tippy toes, just bring that foot off the ground just a little bit before fully committing to trying to bring it to the peg. Again, you'll see here, I've just put my tippy toe down, brought it up, put my tippy toe back down. Start something small, then add in more layers. When you are ready to do the standing portion of the static balance, find some soft ground and wiggle that front wheel into that surface. You're then going to chalk it in one direction. Engage the front brake. This is just going to add an additional sturdiness to the bike. To that foot that is up on the peg and the direction that that wheel is turned, you're going to bring the handlebar to that knee. Take note here of how I shift my weight over onto that foot that's on the ground. I'm going to start with little tiny steps until I am ready to commit to bringing my foot all the way up to that foot peg. As you practice a static balance, especially in the standing position, remember that you need to remain balanced, even when you need to reset like I just did. Don't go overreaching or over-exaggerating when you need to drop down. Remain in balance. Keep that motorcycle in balance. Now, once I'm up here, you'll see just how much I have to shift around in my hips. I'm also tapping the tank back and forth between my knees, kind of just catching it or passing it back and forth. This is a great example of just how much I have to shift over so I can ready myself to stand up. You're also going to see how much I have to move my hips around, and you can really see when my knees come in contact with the bike as I catch the bike inside that knee and then tap or bounce it back to the other side. And here's what the standing static balance looks like from the front-facing view. You'll see that I have that wheel turned. I'm going to, of course, have that brake on. And I'm having to shift quite a bit. Again, tapping my knees, staying in balance. Just know that when you begin to practice this for yourself, this is a very challenging exercise, but it is going to give you great gains. Just start small and give yourself just a couple of minutes practicing this and do it frequently. It is something that is absolutely perishable, but a really great exercise, especially when you can't ride or it's the winter or maybe it's in the middle of your riding season and you just want to practice static balance.